Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today is Wednesday, so it's time for Top 5 Wednesday, which was of course created by the wonderful Lainey of Ginger Reads Lainey. Go and check out her channel and the Goodreads group. The topic for today then is your least favourite tropes. You may remember a couple of weeks ago I did my favourite character tropes. The link will be there. Today is the inverse. So where to begin, because to be honest, I really struggled with this one because every trope does have its own merit. I'm not overly fond of some of them, and one or two of them really do grind my gears. But they are enjoyable to read sometimes. You can always find something good about them. That being said, I did manage to come up with 5, so here we go. Number 5 is the psychopathic or sociopathic villain. Now this one really is cheating because I actually really love this character. It's most fun when portrayed as the Joker. After all, who doesn't love to read about such madness? But it is very overdone and I would like to see something a little bit different. As a sociopath myself, I'd like to point out that we're not all evil. And we're not all going to feed you your own spleen just for winding us up. What even is a spleen anyway? At number 4 then is the hero. Now this isn't to say that I hate protagonists because they are usually quite interesting, although the villains are really the cinches for me. I hate the archetypal hero character. They may do good things by getting rid of tyrants and slaying dragons and rescuing princesses, but they're not good people. It's a sentiment best expressed, of course, by Terry Pratchett in The Last Hero, Cue Hat Change. Ooh, well that went better than I expected. Not sure I'm wearing it right, but we live and learn. I'll figure it out soon enough. I was going to read from The Last Hero points that explains the part about heroes perfectly. What exactly has Cohen the Barbarian done that is heroic? He said. I only seek to understand. Well, you know, heroic deeds. And they are fighting monsters, eating tyrants, stealing rare treasures, rescuing maidens, that sort of thing, said Mr. Betteridge vaguely. You know, heroic things. And who precisely defines the monstrousness of the monsters and the tyranny of the tyrants? Said Lord Vetinari, his voice suddenly like a scalpel. Not vicious like a sword, but probing its edge into vulnerable places. Mr. Betteridge shifted uneasily. Well, the hero, I suppose. Ah, and the theft of these rare items? I think the word that interests me there is the term theft. An activity frowned on by most of the world's major religions, is it not? The feeling stealing over me is that all of these terms are defined by the hero. You could say, I am a hero. So when I kill you, that makes you, de facto, the kind of person suitable to be killed by a hero. You could say that a hero, in short, is someone who indulges every whim that, within the rule of law, would have him behind bars or swiftly dancing what I believe is known as the hemp fandango. The words we might use are murder, pillage, theft and rape. At number 3, on a similar note to the last one, we have the Chosen One. Typically this is a straight white male, yay diversity, teenager who discovers that they are the subject of some prophecy or the son of the prince, and they leave their lives on the farm or the boring everyday life behind to go and save the world using a Deus Ex Machina power discovered at the last minute. They are fun characters and they're great for kids when you need a plot device to explain how someone is special, but for adults they are patronising and completely unnecessary. Sometimes it is excusable because it's done exceptionally well, as with the Ice Mark series, the reason for that being that the person who's subject to the prophecy is in fact not the main character. He is a major character, but the main character is his, well, girlfriend and wife, or they're not really a girlfriend to begin with, but that kind of thing. And she is the really dominant character throughout all of them, even when she's not the main thing in it. She is the one that is the focus. To be honest though, I want something else. I want someone like Star-Lord, or whatever his name actually really is, from Guardians of the Galaxy. Someone who's not saving the world because it's his destiny, although it might turn out to be in one of the later films, I hope not. But because he's one of the idiots who lives in the galaxy, so of course he has to save it. Why can't the person who saves the world simply be someone who's there and willing? And able, of course, because if they're not able, then they're just a corpse along the way for someone else who can actually do it. At number 2, we have stupid teenagers, and specifically teenage boys, but not always. Because just looking over there, I have all of the Harry Potter series, where the older Harry and Ron get, the more, well, the dafter they get and the more stupid mistakes they do that wind people up. Looking over there, there's Percy Jackson, where of course that happens. Percy is completely clueless throughout the whole thing. And there are several more examples, but I'm going to be here all day if I name them all. But for a real explanation of this one, I suggest you listen to the next one. Number 1 is instant love, or love at first sight. Hello there, pleased to meet you. My name is Romeo, what's yours? I'm Juliet. Juliet, now that's a beautiful name, much like you. I know. Why don't we get married? That way I can murder your cousin, get myself banished, and then come back so that we can have what is widely considered to be the most romantic story of all time, even though it's just a story of unbridled teenage passion gone wrong, and a few family spats as well. It'll be wonderful. What do you say? Oh yes, Romeo, I will marry you. That is wonderful. I'll go and get the poison and forget to write a note explaining everything, so that when you're banished and you come back, we'll both die in each other's arms. Isn't it romantic? Don't forget your knife. What was your name again? I mean, it's just infuriating. They barely know each other. They met 10 minutes ago and already they're getting married and planning how many children they're going to have. It's infuriating and unrealistic and kind of sickening. You know, I'd better qualify that a little bit actually, because it can happen. My parents had only met each other twice, and after a week of knowing each other, my dad had proposed and my mum said yes. So evidently some form of love at first sight can actually happen, because they'll have been married for 25 years very soon. It may exist in real life then, but for me it's just not an interesting read. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the thing with the wig and the costumes wasn't too much, but I quite enjoyed it, so we'll leave it at that one. As always, please click like and subscribe and share. Do all of the things. They'll make me very happy and quite possibly help me out. I have plans for a few more videos this week, and we'll see how they go. I hope you have an interesting day, and goodbye!